I have had way too much caffeine this morning. Way too much. I think it's to make up for last week.
Makes up for last week. Definitely. I was thinking the same thing. Definitely makes up for last week.
Good morning and welcome to Nature Watch. Nature Watch is sponsored by Waddell's Nursery Floral Garden and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. And now your host of Nature Watch here is Gary Miller. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, man?
I'm watching the clouds come in, hoping that it actually is going to rain.
Oh, yeah, we need it badly. You know, this weekend, it's not a drought buster by any stretch of the imagination, but if projections say 3 inches of rain, don't sing it, bring it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, as long as it comes very slowly. So if it comes very rapidly, and most of it's going to run off. I know Scott Larson was saying this morning that the last time that Grand Rapids area had more than an inch of rain was July 30th.
They may make up for it just even today, possibly.
They may.
Yeah.
To some extent.
Yeah.
We are still very dry.
Well, they'll get an inch. I'm pretty sure of it today.
So, yeah, all the models look like we're going to, at least Grand Rapids, maybe an inch, 1.7 inches to maybe 2.1 inches.
Yeah.
The three computer models. We'll see how true that falls. The rain that we had, I use that term loosely, rain earlier this week. If you looked at the radar, it looked like, hey, we might have had a decent shower. I had 500ths in my rain gauge, and my brother down in Centerville, south of Centerville, had 2 drops in his rain gauge.
Yeah.
But you look at the radar, all that mass coming over, like, hey, we might have had a decent shower. I don't think much of it reached the ground.
No. We need an all-day soaker. I think that may be tomorrow. Maybe.
And actually, we've got a chance of rain on Tuesday. Yeah. So we'll see. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be definitely wet.
Yeah. And we are cooling off, too, by the way. You can say goodbye to the 70s after today for a while.
Yeah, I know just down just a little bit further, like down around Toledo area, they were saying maybe up near 80 today yet. Maybe that last 80 for the last until maybe next April.
Okay. All right.
But
I can live with it.
We got highs in the 50s next week, and actually one of the days I think the predicted high was 48. So,
okay. Well, it's that time of year. I can't scream. I can't holler. You all know that I hate snow. I hate winter, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah, right. So we're actually seeing some fall colors, surprisingly, as dry as it's been. I know every prediction I'd seen there didn't think we'd see much at all here. So I'm surprised how much we're seeing.
Yeah, me too. But you can also tell which trees have been stressed out and are not flipping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is most of them.
It's very much there. I did see a picture. I think it was from up north on Facebook last night, and I should have sent it to you about some really sharp fall colors. There.
Yeah, I've seen some photos from up north. Yeah, up north the colors are fantastic, especially the Upper Peninsula because they had rain.
Yeah.
Though there's sections of the Upper Peninsula that are in the drought condition now, abnormally dry on the drought monitor. So looking at the drought monitor, despite the little bit of rains we've had here and there, it didn't change as much drastically as I thought it would, which is good. Mm-hmm. But another 6.5% of area in Michigan has been moved from a non-drought condition to a drought condition of some sort. There's only slightly less than 32% of the state that is in no drought condition. The rest of the state areas are abnormally dry, moderate drought, or severe drought. And all of those increased this last week. Kalamazoo County is in an abnormally dry condition, which it has been for months, it seems like, with the northwest and southeast corners in moderate drought. Mm-hmm. So they're actually drier in those two spots. So we'll see. I know last Sunday, Michigan Storm Chasers posted a map from the drought website, and it was the soil moisture percentile from 0 to 100 centimeters, so a meter deep, a little over a yard.
Uh-huh.
We are most of Michigan is in the 1 to 2 percentile of soil moisture in that yard of soil, which is unbelievably dry.
Yeah.
Not a good sign going into winter.
Mm-hmm. You know, we can talk about this in length next Saturday. I'm going to drop this in a couple of times because next Saturday we're looking forward to this. The vice president of Michigan Storm Chasers, Chandler Boss, will be here in studio. and we'll take phone calls and all of that. You guys, we can all talk weather and see what's coming up this winter and talk about the drought and all of that, and find out a little bit more about Michigan storm chasers too.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about some of the winter predictions because they had some predictions come out this week. I had to laugh at one, though. It was a meteorologist from Rochester, New York, that posted a map, Winter Outlook 2025-2026, and it had various colors on it. Pink, blue, 2 shades of blue, yellow.
He's just checking out the colors, folks. He's not really looking into it. He just wants colors.
And the expected accumulation based on the colors, and there was actually some gray in there too. Each of the colors, this is each of the colors. No one has any idea. Yeah. I had to laugh at it.
See, I told you were just looking at the colors.
Yes, I was. That's all there was out there.
Well, maybe by next Saturday, Chandler may have a better focus on it. I don't know.
Yeah, so they had posted something. Actually, I saw something from NOAA that they released at least the first winter forecast. We can talk about that with Chandler next week. So we'll see. I haven't. I know they did post something where it have a big El Nino effect potentially, but the way the models all look.
El Nino, I think it was La Nina is where
we have both. Actually, they had posted one
they're
yesterday. El
both?
Nino, both. Yes.
Can you please confuse me a little more?
Yeah,
I would appreciate
that's
it.
why I think the meteorologist posted no one has any idea as far as snow accumulation. Yeah.
Okay, well, how about we split it down the middle? We get neither. We'll just take that.
We need snow though.
We do.
We need moisture,
Uh-huh.
and
well,
I don't like shoveling it either. I don't like driving in it, but we need moisture.
Well, we may still get it. You never know with lake effect. It falls wherever it feels like it.
That's always laugh because you can always tell when some new meteorologists have moved into the Michigan area, and they don't understand the whole lake effect aspect. You can tell by their forecast, and the models typically don't show it too much, and the meteorologists, it's something they have to learn about all the lake effects. So.
Well, of course, and then they just start saying, tonight chance of snow 1 to 14 inches possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. Okay, tell you what, let's cheer things up. $20 gift card on the line. Yes, it's another trivia question. You can win a $20 gift card to Waddell's if you are the first correct caller at 269-382-4280. I am by myself this morning, so be nice. Okay?
So this is one of Jim's softballs, I think.
Oh, good. I need a softball.
I say I think because I actually searched for this answer through a couple of search engines, and I come out with 2 different answers. From reputable sources.
So you'll take 2
answers. So I'm going to take either answer, or if it's something that falls in between the range of the 2 answers.
Oh, okay.
And this is actually, I ran across some interesting facts. We'll share some of those other facts too. So starting tomorrow is National Wolf Awareness Week. And so my question today, as far as trivia question, how far can wolves travel in a day in search of food? It's actually surprising.
How far can wolves travel in a day?
In a day, in search for food. And it's in miles.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't expect that, but yes.
Yeah, in case somebody wants to fire it off in kilometers, I'm not doing the math this morning. 269-382-4280. First correct caller. And please, if you haven't won in the last 30 days, please call. If you have, please don't call. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, how far can wolves travel in a day in search of food? And I will actually list the sources that I had, the 2 primary ones that I saw that had 2 different answers, significantly different.
Okay.
So we'll see if anybody, they're all frantically Googling out there this morning, and maybe they're loaded up on caffeine too, like Jim is.
Right.
So National Wolf Awareness Week runs for a week, and it starts tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Is observed during the 3rd week of October and celebrates an animal that plays a key role in keeping the ecosystem healthy. So they play a key role in helping to keep elk and deer populations in check. So we need some wolves down here in southern Michigan,
right?
Which in turn can allow plants and other animal species to thrive. The carcasses of their prey also help provide food for animals lower on the food chain. So there are 5 subspecies of gray wolves in North America, 12 subspecies of gray wolves in Eurasia.
Okay.
And red wolves, which are down in the southeastern part of the U.S., are larger than coyotes and smaller than gray wolves. So lone dispersing wolves, so that lone wolf is trying to find a home, have traveled as far as 500 miles in search of a new home.
Okay.
So that's not as far as they travel for food, just a hint. Okay. So it's less than 500 miles.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I think we may have a shot at this. 269-382-4280. Good morning, WKZO. Who is this?
This is Gladdy Manley.
Gladdy?
Gladdy Manley, yes.
I like it. Gladdy Manley. Gladdy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, Gladdy. I'll catch the spelling on the break.
Good morning.
Yeah, hey, okay, what do you have for us? What's your answer?
They can travel 30 miles in search of food in a day.
That is correct. That is actually that's the most common answer.
Oh. What's the other?
The National Park Service had that. They can travel as far as 30 miles. They can trot along at 5 miles per hour, but they can also reach speeds for short distances of 45 miles per hour. The other distance was 50 miles or more in search of food, and that was from the International Wolf Center.
So you had taken somewhere between 30 and 50.
I was taking somewhere between 30 and 50.
Okay.
30 was the most common answer, and I thought it was interesting, but that's actually, you think about that, that's quite a distance for wolves to travel for food.
Yeah, tell me about it.
They get hungry on the way there, that's for sure. Dad, are we there yet?
Okay, can you hold on the line for just a moment?
You betcha.
All right, yeah, I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to hit a break, and I'll get some information from you during that break, and we'll be back with more Nature Watch. Are we talking wolves now?
Oh, I've got a little bit of wolves.
Okay.
Just because it's Wolf Awareness Week, then I've got some other neat things to talk about. So.
Okay, cool. We'll be back. More Nature Watch on the way. WKZO.
Waddell's Garden Center is the Kalamazoo area's top source for quality, locally grown trees. Just ask any one of their Michigan-certified green industry professionals for ideas. They'll be glad to help you pick out the trees that would be best to bring shade and privacy to your outdoor living area. And this week, all trees in stock are 33% off. A favorite for great fall leaf color are maple trees. Save $80 on your choice of Autumn Blaze or October Glory maple trees. How about a Fall Fiesta sugar maple or a deep red matador maple? You can also save 33% on crab trees, heritage birch, and many others. Waddell's also has special deals on mulch. Red, brown, or black mulches, as well as cedar mulch, are all on sale for only $5.88 per bag. See other sale prices on straw bales and cocoa mulch. Stop in to visit with the friendly staff at Waddell's, who are always glad to help you pick out the best trees for your landscape. Waddell's Nursery Florist and Garden Center on Texas Drive at the corner of Millam and 12th Street.
I like local news because I like to be involved in my community.
More Kalamazoo area news online than ever before at WKZO.com.
Talking to Gladdy. Our big winner of a $20 gift card to Waddell's Nature Watch continues. I'm Jim. He's Gary. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It would help if I turned your mic. Your mic back on.
That would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. You know, I
figure
like
with
all this caffeine that I've ingested today, I should be alert. I guess not.
He's almost bouncing around the walls here this morning.
I still need to talk to Gladdy a little bit, so
Wolf,
yeah, you talk.
I will. So I have trouble doing that. I think maybe not. So wolf territory depends on several factors, primarily prey abundance, nature of the terrain, climate, and the presence of other predators such as other wolf packs. Gray wolf territories in the lower 48 states may be less than 100 square miles, while territories in Alaska and Canada can range from about 300 to 1,000 square miles or more. Red wolf territories in northeastern North Carolina vary in size, but most are estimated to range between 38 to 87 square miles. So some interesting facts about wolves. Helping keep that deer population in check is definitely a good thing. This last week, I've actually seen lots of birds around. I saw several times in harvested farm fields, hundreds and hundreds of sandhill cranes. So they're starting to form some of those big flocks, and they're out feeding. They weren't real tight groups. They were spread over the big, large field. Saw some of them flying around this morning. Sunday, we were out working in the yard, and weather was nice. We had several vultures that were circling around. I don't know if we were maybe not moving fast enough or something, but above the vultures was a bald eagle that was soaring around. So that's actually pretty neat to see.
Oh, cool.
And Thursday, I saw a flock of birds on my way into Waddell's. And it was probably about 25, 30 birds in that. They looked sort of like a sandpiper or a killdeer. And because of the white patches on there, I think they may have been white-rumped sandpipers, which is a bird that nests way up in the Arctic, and they just passed through here. But I didn't see them enough, and they flew away before I could slow down and stop and take a look at them, but actually try to identify them. But the little glimpse I had, because they were definitely maybe a little bit bigger than a robin, or about robin size, so they were small for a sandpiper, but they did have that very distinct white patch on the rump. So I'm pretty sure, but not 100% sure, that they were white rump sandpipers. So if you've seen some unusual birds out in your yard in the last week or so, give us a call. 382-4280, 269 area code, or text us at 80373.
You're hired.
I think I'm already here. So some neat events coming up here in the next few weeks. Oh, actually, I should mention about the weather before I forget about this. Michigan Storm Chasers posted either last night or I think it was yesterday late. They brought out their trash can window meter again for all of Michigan for today and tomorrow. So today's Saturday p.m. through Sunday p.m. The trash can window meter looks that ranges from lid flipped open to drunk, i.e. Tipped over, Emily's yard, down the road a ways, and I've lost my beloved trash can.
Okay, now if you're saying Emily's yard, I can bring that into focus. That's my daughter.
Well, and actually
so you're talking it could blow to Plainwell? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So actually, that's what they're predicting on the window meter for this weekend is Emily's yard. So if you have those things out in the yard that you don't want it blowing around or blowing away, you might want to make sure you get batting the hatches down a little bit with that.
Oh, when I see her later today, I'm going to talk to her. Okay.
So, yeah, next time you show up at Emily's house and she has a big collection of trash cans, you'll know why.
No, with her, no, I wouldn't.
So some neat events coming up this week, on Wednesday, the 22nd, the Kalamazoo Area Wild Ones has one of their meetings at Portage District Library. It starts at 6:30, and they're going to have Mary Parr, who is a fire ecologist and conservation associate for the Michigan Natural Features Inventory, and she's going to be talking about fire stewardship of the Anishinaabe, the Native Americans, and what they used as far as why they did prescribed fires. Be a neat presentation to see and sit in on. Next Saturday, the Kalamazoo Nature Center has another partner program with the Astronomical Society with another observation. If the skies are clear, they're going to be highlighting the galaxies of autumn. So that starts at 7 p.m. Next Monday, so a week from this coming Monday, so a little over a week away, 27th, Audubon Society actually has their October meeting, and they're going to have a couple of individuals from the Natural Resources Defense Council, and they're going to be talking, actually titled their talk is Threatening Bees, Birds, and Our Health. And they're going to be talking about some of the pesticides that can be harmful to human health and actually a lot of the beneficial wildlife in that. So, so neocotinid type of pesticides. There are times, or sometimes called neonics. No. Those pesticides are necessary at times, but we don't want to overuse them, just like any other pesticide. So some neat meetings coming up. I see the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development sent out another press release this week. Another flock has tested positive for the highly pathogenic avian influenza, i.e. the bird flu, and that was up in Ottawa County. And that is the 9th case of the bird flu in poultry from an Ottawa County flock since the virus was first detected in Michigan in 2022. It is the 4th case in the county this year. So if you have those backyard flocks, and then brings up a point with all the migrating birds, make sure your bird feeders are clean. Yeah. And if you haven't clean them again. Or clean them, and then if you have clean them again. Make sure those birds stay healthy. The DNR they periodically put out a sort of a little booklet, information booklet, and had a couple of things I thought was very important. One, remember to wear hunter orange if you're out and about in the wilds. just to be safe. And so those hunters are out there. You can't disturb their hunting, but you're hiking along a trail or something. You may want to make sure you've got that orange so you're very visible.
We're a little less than a month away from gun season, but remember the archers and all of them are out there right now.
Yeah, and the deer are moving this morning. When within a couple of miles from my house, I several times had to slow down because of deer running. So they're moving around quite a bit. And interesting with the deer, the hunters, and actually those hunters that do hunt for deer. There's a Hunters Feeding Michigan program that the DNR sort of coordinates, and that's actually they hunt. They provide that venison for different entities to help feed people with that venison, and so there's different projects on that as far as different supporters of that. The Deer Camp Coffee actually is one of the big supporters of that, and then there's also they have some neat gear that you can get called Great Lakes Proud. So if you go to the DNR website and go to their news media page, you can find that information. Some neat things. You get some neat Michigan things to wear.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like we're always talking about invasives.
Yes, we are.
Eagle had a little press release actually a couple of weeks ago about invasive stilt grass, and they're starting to see a lot of this in southern Michigan. It's a highly invasive annual grass that spreads quickly in disturbed areas, recently detected in Augusta Creek, Barry, and Petersburg state game areas. So very close. Mm-hmm. And so you want to look at some information on that. If you want to see what it looks like, go to the invasive species webpage if you're out and about in the wilds. Something else I ran across actually was a pretty neat, I somehow missed it last winter. Great Lakes Now, which is a television program produced by Detroit Public Television, mm-hmm. had a rebroadcast of a show from this last February, and they were talking about ash trees that are resistant to emerald ash borer.
Oh.
And so the U.S. Forest Service research facility in Defiance, Ohio, that's where they're based. They've actually doing a lot of research in northern Ohio, southeastern Michigan, and they have found trees that are very resistant to emerald ash borer. So they're asking folks and they have a way to report that on their website. If you see an ash tree that is fully leafed out yet, hasn't died off, isn't showing signs of dying or very significant signs, and it's more than 10 inches diameter, contact them and let them know, because they're actually trying to get seeds from those plants and then trying to hybridize those. And they found that the plants and the trees that they found that were very resistant, when they've crossed those trees and plant that hybridized seed, those resulting trees are even more resistant. It actually kills the borer. Oh. So pretty interesting. Maybe those ash trees will save some of those eventually here. One of the things that they've highlighted, though, is that most of that activity, as far as trying to repopulate ash trees that are resistant, is going to be sort of on a regional basis, because the trees are going to have to be very regionalized to make sure that they survive there fine. Now's a great time. We've had some actually fantastic warm weather. I mean, unusually warm for this time of year. We have lots of green out there yet.
And that's part of the reason why some of these trees haven't flipped.
Yeah, so it's just so we may see a little more color than we thought. We'd get some more rains, but not near as much color as we've had in some years. Yeah. Maybe
we'll get an extended show where the ones they'll catch up. They'll catch up at some point.
Hopefully they'll all fall and we have a chance to pick them up before it snows, though.
Yeah, that's all we need is heavy snow on trees with leaves, and okay.
So now's a great time to, if you haven't you got caught up in all your fall activities and you're sort of waiting for the leaves to come off the trees and you don't feel like going out and trying to take the leaf blower and blowing them off the trees, right, or trying to pick them off by hand. Maybe you can plant some more trees.
Yeah.
Or some shrubs.
Yeah.
Great time to plant, and I know we've got our trees on sale at Waddell's, so get some of those, maybe some of those native trees species, subspecies like some of the red maples or the red oaks, pin oak. Oak trees are fantastic for wildlife. If you recall, well over 400, I think over 500 species of butterfly and moth larvae that feed on oak trees, which is fantastic because not only do they feed on those trees, but that larva is a great source of food for birds and other wildlife, especially birds. So birds, when they're feeding their young in the nest before the young fledge out of the nest, they are feeding those young lots and lots of larvae. And so they need all those caterpillars on those trees to feed those young. So maybe add some more trees to your yard and think of that nice little spot in your yard that was extremely hot this summer that maybe you need to get a nice shade tree out there.
Yeah, like Gary said, this is a great time to plant, and that's why trees are on sale at Waddell's. There you go.
Yes.
You know?
So if you have a chance, get out and enjoy the outdoors. Make sure you wear that hunter orange so you stay nice and safe.
Yes.
Well, you can get the camouflage one, but still have that orange so you're visible to everybody.
Okay. Yeah. And if you get out and about today and tomorrow, bring your rain gear.
Yeah, so actually...
we don't say that much around here this year,
I haven't said that in a long time. But sometimes it's nice to take a hike when it's not real windy, though it's not going to be pretty windy, but in the rain, and if it's not going to be too cold.
Yeah. If the rain's not horizontal, go take a hike. If it is, I would stay in. That's just me.
Yeah, sometimes hiking in the rain can be fun, though. You see different things sometimes when you're out there. Something a little more quiet, and you hear the sound of the rain, very relaxing.
I'll stay inside. Okay, remember, next week, big week here. Chandler Boss from Michigan Storm Chasers will be here. We'll take your phone calls. We're going to talk weather. It's going to be pretty much a weather-dominated segment, and I'm going to tell you we will do trivia right out of the gate next Saturday.
Yes. So I might have a weather-related trivia next week. We'll see.
I think you should, and we can quiz Chandler on the side. All right. Gary, thank you very much. And you're working today, right?
Yes, I am.
Yep, you got your shirt on, duh.
Yeah, so it's nice and warm out. The rain looks like it's going to be not coming to Kalamazoo until a little later on this afternoon, maybe it's a few showers, and then
last 70-degree day possibly today. Yeah. I'm just saying. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it, and thank you for listening to this edition of Nature Watch. Tune in each Saturday morning at 8:30 for Nature Watch, brought to you by Waddell's Nursery, Floral, Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. CBS and local news up next, and then America Outdoors Radio, right here on 590 and 106.9 FM WKZO.